Thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we're continuing with our spring home decorating series. Now, in our last video, we worked in my small entryway and I added some new things there. But today, I want to do some fine tuning with what we did the last time. So I mentioned in last video that I love this lamp, but I was not in love with the color of the lamp. So I've gone out and I've got some paint. And so today we're going to start off with the DIY, and then we're going to do some more decorating around the home in what I'm calling fine tuning. So if you'd like to see what I put together today, keep watching. Now, I was nervous about doing this project, but I went to ChatGPT, as I've been doing a lot lately, just to look at what is this lamp going to look like if I do the base black and the lampshade white, or if I do the base white, the lampshade black, or if I do an all black color. I just didn't want to start the project and then see it and say, oh, I don't like that. So ChatGPT is my go-to for making sure that it's going to look the way that I want it to look. So I went out to Michael's and I found some fabric paint, and this is in the color, it's a matte black color. And I decided that rather than paint the base right now, I think I'm going to just paint the lampshade. And then I can always paint the bottom if I decide to do the all black color, because that was pretty nice as well. But I think we're just going to do the black shade and then leave the base this color. And maybe at another time I might change this color to keep it in the white family, but not a stark white. We'll see what happens, but we're going to try this fabric paint on this lampshade. Now, this is like a linen type of lampshade, so we'll see how it does. So I'm just going to take this lampshade out, take it out to the garage and give it a coat of paint and see how it turns out. Now, the reason I'm really nervous is because I love the shape of this lampshade, and I had been looking for a black one shaped like this, had not had any luck finding it. So that's why I'm kind of nervous about it, because if I ruin this lampshade, I'm going to have a hard time finding what I really want. So hopefully things will go well. I can see from this paint coming out that it comes out really light, almost like a grayish color. And that could very well be because of the color of the lampshade, and maybe it needed a primer, but we're too far into it now to stop and rethink it. So we're just going to keep on going. Okay, so let the drying process begin. And you know, I told you I had put a table from my living room into my bedroom. Then I ended up moving it back to the living room wall. Now I missed the one in the bedroom, and I decided to take this one temporarily and move that into the bedroom because I miss having that little table here. I really like that idea. So I'm still looking for a permanent replacement. But in the meantime, I also had this little bowl that I got from the 49-cent sale at Ross, and it has not found a home yet. So I'm going to just put that right in here in the powder room for now. We'll see what we end up doing with that. It was just a random purchase, and since I have this powder room and it's basically black and gold, I just decided to put it in here for 49 cents. Why not? I thought it was just a perfect ad for this space. I don't really know what I will put in it, so there it is. In the meantime, our lampshade is now dry, and I absolutely love it. I should have done this a long time ago. I also probably should have painted it inside, but that's okay. I might go back and do that later. I did decide not to put the white finial back on. I did have an extra finial here that is in black, and I thought that would be perfect with this lamp. But I really, really like the way that turned out. And like I said, I may go back in and change the base color later on, maybe to black or even more of a off-white color, just so that it's not so stark white. But I love that. That's my smart light bulb programming there. That's why it's kind of blinking. But I really, really like the way that this looks. Now, what I'm not liking so much are these stems. Yep, I just put these up here a couple days ago, but I'm over them already. I think I'm going to put them away and bring them back out in the fall. I was out for my morning walk today, and I was just admiring the magnolia trees. Now, they have not started to bloom yet at all, but I just love every stage of a magnolia tree. And so I decided that I want to see my magnolias here in this vase. So I came home and I pulled my magnolias out, and I said, I'm going to put them here and put those other stems away. And I love the way that they look together with the newly painted lampshade. I think this looks so pretty here in the black and the white. Now, as I've been auditing my home, I looked at my blinds and I said, it's time. So these were the original builder grade blinds that are in my home, and they're in every window in the home. I have not replaced any of them as of yet, but this one here was on my radar. This is in my primary bedroom, and I just decided that it was time to have them redone. So I shopped around at some small blind companies in my area to find the best deal on some custom blinds. So the blinds are in and I am in love. I cannot wait to experience them tonight. So I've talked about having insomnia really bad. And so I wake up during the middle of the night. I'm awake a lot during the night. And then in the morning is when I can sleep. So I did get the room darkening blinds for this space so that I can have block the sun out in the morning and get that extra sleep that I need. So I'm excited about that. What else? I got the zebra blinds. I just got just the plain zebra blinds. Now these are custom blinds. I did have a company come out and they measured all of my windows because I have all these oversized windows and they're irregular. I'm going to say that because every window that he measured, although they may be in the same room and be side by side and look like they would be the same, they were all a different size. Every window in the house has a different measurement. I don't know what the builder was thinking with that. But anyway, he was telling me that that's not really that uncommon and he sees that a lot. But anyway, these are the ones that I have. And so I'm able to adjust them, so I'm a plant mom. And I like to have light coming through during the day so that I can have, some sun come in or whatever. So I can kind of adjust these manually to allow the sun to filter through during the day. So I love that. I did not get a motorized because I did not think I don't get enough sun here. So I didn't know how the solar panel would work in here because I have a burn behind my house and it blocks a lot. So I didn't want that. And I also definitely did not want to have that little panel showing on the outside of my window. And I didn't want to have to be charging the blinds all the time. So I opted to just get the manual ones. And I really like them. I really, really like them. So I'm excited to be able to, play around with them and adjust them and everything. And then also, like I said, I can let some light in during the day when I'm awake. I also got my door to my deck done because that blind had just been beaten. It took a lot of wear because the door is opening and closing a lot. And so the blinds would be flapping and all of that. So I did get those done as well. So I'll show you that as well. So I'm going to be doing this project over a period of time because like I said, custom blinds they're not cheap. So I'm going to be doing one window at a time until I get them all done, and that's perfectly fine for me. So anyway, I'm glad to have this done. Another thing that I can check off of the list. So now we're upstairs in what I call my studio, and I'm going to go ahead and do a refresh in this space for the spring. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be a lot. I'm not going to change a whole lot in here. I'm just going to add a few things in here while I'm in here watching my Black History documentaries. I've been loving those this month. But I just have this little faux greenery that I pulled out when I pulled out all of my spring decor. It really didn't need it because I have so many plants in here, but I wanted to put it out. So I also wanted to switch out this pillow cover on this large pillow. I've had this multicolored pillow here for a while, and it was time to switch that out. So I found a pillow cover, a tubular cylinder. What do you call these? I don't know. But anyway, I found one on Etsy and I ordered it. It wasn't as expensive as what I had been seeing at some of the retail stores. I had checked Ballard Designs and all of them. I'm I'm not paying that much for a pillow cover for this. But I found this one on Etsy and it works out perfectly and I love it. The only thing is I could not find any colors that I wanted. So I just decided to go with a plain off-white one because that would work with this sofa. It would also work if I decided to put it on my bed later or whatever. So nothing special, but it did get rid of the multicolor pillow, and that was the goal. This space is strictly for relaxing, and I really don't care how the pillows are arranged. They're going to be moved anyway the minute I come up here and lay down and take my nap. So no worries at all. So these are what my plants are looking like. They are coming along nicely. I'm so excited about these plants. I love them. Now, I have been talking a lot about moving with intention and intentional purchasing for my home and really doing more well thought out changes to my home. And what that really means to me is like doing a full audit before I edit anything. So make sure that I look at everything that needs to be considered before I make a change, because I'm not looking to, or what I'm looking to do now is to really elevate my home, not to just keep buying pieces of decor, if that makes any sense. So really think it through and do changes or edits to my home that are more impactful, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I'm going to be working in my loft area, and really that's been a process that I've been working on now for probably working on a year. So I've gone to the other extreme where I used to rush to do things. Now I'm moving really, really slow, but I like that much better because it gives me the opportunity to really think about what I want to do. So I have this wall that I used to have, like it was my travel gallery wall for years. And I just kind of grew tired of that. And so I wanted to move on to something else, but I don't know what that something else is. There's so many options out there, and I just really want to make sure I take the time to think through that. I also want to add more paint or to paint the rest of my home. I painted the downstairs. The next step is to paint the upstairs. But I honestly don't know which way I want to go. So downstairs, you know, I'm a neutral girl. I love my neutral shades, and I love what I've done down there. But up here, it's more of a fun space. It's more of a relaxing space. It's more of a casual space. And so I really want this space to reflect that. And I want to take the opportunity to kind of explore some more creativity as it relates to that. So that's what's to come over here on the channel. You're going to see me talking about editing my home before I audit it. Now, edit, then audit is what I used to do. Now I'm going to do a full audit before I edit or change anything. That's my new my new thing. And that helps me to really stay focused, because otherwise I'll be all over the place. So I'm doing it room by room and just trying to think through the whole strategy or whatever. So I'm in my studio right now. And this is a space that I worked on last year. I converted it from it was a home office that I really wasn't using, and I switched it over to what I'm calling my studio, which I use now. So that's a good thing. And I just made it a relaxing space. It's sort of like a woman cave, if you will, or whatever. I just come in here and just kind of enjoy it. And I'll make some changes or edits to this space, but you know, it won't be anything major. I might add more artwork. I am going to be doing a project in one of my guest bedrooms. And so some of the wall art that's in there is going to be coming in here. So I will be doing that at some point through the year. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to come over here, guys. So this is a good time to say, if you're not currently subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave today. Also, hit the post notification bell. That way we can stay connected and you know exactly when I upload videos. My video upload dates right now are Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so I would love to have you become a part of the Sister Cousins Lifestyle family. And to all my returning family members, thank you so much for stopping back by. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's a little bit different. But sometimes I just stay in the house and just kind of do some things around the house that need to get done. So I appreciate you rocking with me, whatever it is that I'm doing out here. I thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye.